Hello, it's Shantae with Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorn. So I woke up and I was like, why don't you go through the patterns of what they've been doing? Because they keep continuing the pattern. So this is what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm going to go through the abuse because some people like to say it's part of your environment or that's how you grew up or, they'll try to make all these excuses as to why they had a reason to touch you or they had a reason to hurt you in some kind of way. And it really is no excuse. Sometimes kids, I think, it's a learned behavior, going back and forth, all this different stuff. That's why I just turn it in. It's nothing else, okay? But what I'm saying is that somebody would try to say, this is a pattern of abuse. It's a pattern of abuse. At some point, I think when I was younger, I got upset because we used to, play around and stuff like that, When I got older and I thought about it, I was like, whatever. Because it was guys my age and we was at the time were hormones, all this different stuff. So even though it hurt me, it was just when I thought about it, I'm like, why? For what reason? So the times that I was molested, and this is when I was on the phone with Cecil Hall. I was molested by my stepdad's coworker, and he tried to molest my sister after that. So now y'all see, I'm already on high alert. He was trying to molest my sister at a pool party that was given by, they'll call it Famous Bar. Now it's called Macy's. It was a pool party out here in Fairview Heights, okay? Nobody knew about it. I only told Cecil about it, I think. And I felt really bad about it because I didn't want the guy to touch my sister. I took her to the bathroom. He had already been touching me in the pool. When I got to the bathroom, he wanted to touch my sister. I was like, no, you could just touch me. And he left. That's what happened. Okay. I never told my parents. It just never fazed me. Just because it was so much abuse already going on in the family. You see what I'm saying? And if you say something, somebody gonna say, you lying. Don't be around them. They don't ever do anything where it's a total punishment for this person. Okay. So then one night, I wrote the letter and I was telling my mom I had been used and I was abused and all this different stuff. I was telling her all about the abuse. And she told me, and I told her, I broke down in Walmart. And she was telling me, she just hugged me. She actually did console me at that time. She consoled me. And she just kind of pushed it off, She didn't say anything about, at that time, because I would be thinking because I've been hurt by her, that she would have said that something was wrong with me. And at that time, she didn't say that. She just hugged me. And maybe it was because we was in a public place, She was she was strict, but she was open and she was honest with me about stuff. So it wasn't like she was just, at that time it was awful because she herself went through abuse. My mother was abused. Her first she was abused by my grandmother. She was abused by her first husband. The only good guy that she talked to, I still talk to him. I still communicate with him. And he lives somewhere else, But I still communicate with him. I consider him more my father than my father. Because he actually will listen sometimes. He actually will call and talk to me in good spirit. It's just something about me and his relationship, our connection. So after I wrote the letter, for some reason, I went to sleep on the floor at my mom's house. I went to sleep on the floor. And I'm going to tell y'all how they started the pattern. This is when the pattern is started. Because nobody knew about the coworker. But people knew about this guy named Harold. That's why Faith is involved. Okay, let me tell y'all. So my mom was dating this guy named Harold. This guy ends up at the house and he feel like it's a free for all because it ain't nothing but women over there. It's me, my two sisters, my cousin. I got another guy cousin, but he not there at the time. Okay, so he over there trying to get to all of us. He really is trying to go through the family. This nigga really is. He out for something. You see what I'm saying? So one day he kissed Faith on her mouth. He kissed her. And she said, he tried to kiss me. She said, he tried to come up on me. I said, what? And I was like, that ain't right. I was like, it's not right. I think I told my mama, I was like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry that he would do that. Because he had never shown me his face, right? You see what I'm saying? Listen to the snake. So one night, we was watching TV, and it was a pallet on the floor. And all of us was in the living room. And my mom would say, don't you go to sleep on that floor. And this is after the letter, y'all. After I told her all the stuff that had been going on. And so, I say, what? She said, yeah, don't you go to sleep on the floor. And I was still watching TV. I'm just sitting on the floor watching TV. Why did Harold come down to the floor? And then in the middle of the night, he was trying to hold me. And then he was humping on me in the middle of the night. So I went there to go tell my mom. And she said, well, that's your fault because you should have never fell asleep on the floor. It's like, that's not even where this man was sleeping at. You see what I'm saying? So why would he fall asleep on the floor? So that's when it became the thing that's my fault. So he had already touched Faith. He tried to touch me. Actually, he did touch me. So then comes when I'm living back with my mama, and they start trying to let this guy, Cuban, live there. You see what I'm saying? They trying to let him live there. So just so happened, Adosha Perry, she come over there, and he ended up touching her in her sleep. And she said she didn't know because she was on drugs. Now, this is when everything started getting iffy to me because I'm just like, why would she not know if he on drugs or not? You know, why would she not know if he touched her or not? I took her to the Cahokia, Illinois police station. So when I go down to the Cahokia, Illinois police station, it's a black woman there that looked like she New York mama. Y'all think I'm making this shit up. This shit is so fucking true. She looked like New York mama. She real like dark and just mean in the face. And she turned around and say that she Adosha's mama. And so she was telling me all this different stuff. So then Adosha's daddy come back and say, her dad come back and tell me to stay away from her. I was like, I ain't do nothing to her. I'm the one that was protecting her. That's why the same thing happened to her now. Let me tell y'all how this fast forward to the present. I'm starting with every story to tell you how they keep connecting it. How they keep thinking doing something. This little guy was out here, the music man. He was out here trying to tell me talking about all this stuff. He said the little girl down here, the one with the mama that I keep feeding and taking care of her kids, okay? He was telling me the little girl was getting in a car with people. I said, she didn't get in no car with nobody. Like, that don't even sound like her. You know, I said, I hang out with the little girl. I said, that don't sound like her. And they want me to say something bad about the child. That's all they want me to do is talk about people. I'm not talking about it. So I say, okay, wait a minute. So I was like, nah. I say, so she getting in a car with people? Like, I'm getting upset now, right? So that's when he changed the story. He said, no, when somebody come and they try to do this I told him, don't come back over here no more. I was like, don't come back here. I say, because you lying on the little girl. It's like, that shit ain't cool. Because, we not protected. You see what I'm saying? That's how they get that shit started. They start putting them little seeds in a woman's head. Then the woman be thinking, oh, my child is bad. All this different stuff. I don't know what y'all be thinking because I don't be thinking that shit. I be thinking this motherfucker trying to do something. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I say. So then I tell the little girl when she come over here, I say, when you see the man, don't talk to him. I say, because something about him not right. Okay? They also sent a little boy over here trying to make it out like I'm some kind of... Do y'all know that black women are the least likely person to be a fucking pedophile? White women actually have a gene in their body that makes them a pedophile. Did y'all know that? They did the study. When they do these studies, they do it on white people. On white people. Okay? But that's who followed me. Okay, let's keep going. So then they send a little black boy over here. I speak to him every time he comes past the house. How you doing today? Oh, you gotta, just speaking to him. Because he part of the neighborhood. Y'all see how everything fucked up now? We can't do nothing because everybody fucking mentality fucked up. And it's not hurt. Like, what I'm saying is, it's not everywhere. So some of y'all may be sitting here shocked. Seriously, because everybody don't think like all these people do. You see what I'm saying? So, the little boy gonna come over here and say, can I use your bathroom? I said, no. I said, because that would require you going in my house. He said, no, can I go up to your bedroom? He said, I'm 17. I can go up to your bedroom now. Go up to my bedroom? What the fuck are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? And this how I know they seen something about Michael Jackson on my paper from the classroom. So ever since then, I'm Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be out here touching somebody's child. I don't want your child. What the fuck are y'all on? So I told the little boy, I say, get the fuck away from me. I say, cause I'm gonna call the fucking police. Then he gonna try to come back up and down the street. It was a little boy too on the bus. This motherfucker was trying to talk to me too. I sit next to him like a dummy, y'all. I'm actually sitting next to him talking to him. He said, yeah, but I want to, he probably like 17, 8, again, another child. He like, yeah, I just want to have sex with you. I just want to do this. I'm like, nigga, I don't know you. I said, no, I got uncomfortable. I sat up out of my seat. I'm like, no, this ain't finna happen. Like, I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. Okay, let's keep going. Because I'm going to tell y'all, too. I ended up going out with a guy. His last name was Thomas. Me and Faith looked him up on the computer. We found out he was a sex offender. We didn't know why. He told me something about his daughter and an 11-year-old girl or something like that. And that's why he wasn't doing something with his family. His name was something Thomas. He lived next to a friend of mine's house in Cahokia with this woman. But when we looked him up as a sex offender, we found him in Missouri. When we looked him up, it wasn't in Illinois. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So one day he would always say he at my school. It was just something strange about this man. So me and Faith looked him up, whatever. Anyway, we found him. We went to go see if he lived at the address. Come to find out, he don't live in St. Louis at the address that's on the registered account. He actually lived in Cahokia, Illinois. He actually lives in Cahokia, Illinois. And he should be a registered sex offender in Illinois as well, right? Y'all see what they doing? Okay, let me keep going. So then I start college. I go out with a Covington. Y'all know I don't care about money. And I'm telling you, Rita Odemero, she'll say it. They used to ask when some guy come over there, how much money you make? What kind of money you make? What kind of job you got? This, that, and the other. And I'm like, y'all, it's so much more to a person than their money. And that's why I've been trying to tell you, like, it's like, once you've been around a person with money, they ain't no different than a person that's broke. The only thing is, a person that's broke is really just still trying to get to the money. But if y'all actually sit down and chill and don't think about the finances, it ain't no difference. It really ain't no difference. You can have a lazy rich motherfucker and you can have a lazy broke motherfucker. You can have a hard-working broke motherfucker and a hard-working rich motherfucker. Either way, you see what I'm saying? It's a person. Either way, that person got feelings and goals and dreams and all kind of stuff. What they do outside of their time, that's what that's based on. You see what I'm saying? Don't none of this shit be based on money. And that's what I was trying to tell her. Just because we had been, like, I had traveled so much. And I've been around rich kids and poor kids. And everybody got the same fucking problems. I've been around ugly girls and pretty girls. And they got the same fucking problems. I've been around light-skinned women and dark-skinned women. And y'all really do have the same fucking problems. Like, y'all really not... Y'all gonna see the world according to your eyes. You're not gonna see the world according to somebody else's eyes, because most people don't want to walk in other people's shoes. Most people just want to observe and talk about you and how bad you doing and how you not doing this and how you gotta do this right. People are people. People are fucking people. It don't matter. And I know I got the same mentality. I don't want my son growing up poor. I don't want my son growing up in any conditions. The same police officer that'll kill your child in the hood will be the same motherfucker that'll kill them when they rich. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So we got a real fucking problem. It ain't nothing right now that money can solve. The only thing that this can solve is if people actually start to really realize that they have a fucking problem. That they themselves have issues with abuse. And so we still sitting up here. I'm telling y'all, we constantly fighting. Even me. I still try to get the people off my back because of the religion. Because that done fucked y'all whole head up. That's the first fuck up. The second thing is it's been now passed down from generation to generation. They put it in church. They put it as commonplace in our homes, in our hearts, in our minds. They fed it to us. We eating this shit. Like we are morally incorrect. And we are actually morally correct. When I go through my life, through my history, and I think about the shit that people do and what color they were, you start to realize, nah, that just been across the fucking board. Ain't nobody really better than the other person. Okay, so let's keep going. So now I go on a date with this guy. He was like, yeah, Fairview Heights. We go on a date. We go out to eat. I think we went to go see a movie, and I went over to his house to like just stay, you know. And like I said, at that time, I really didn't have problems with boys like trying to rape me. And plus, it wasn't in my mind. And I want to be off campus. That's the reasons why I'm going. And really, I shouldn't even be saying that, but I'm gonna tell y'all that was why I went over there. So I go over there and he raped me. And I thought, well, I never stay at another boy's house because he'll rape me. By this time, by that time I was in a relationship for like 2 or 3 years. I was in a relationship with Kunta. So I'm in that relationship with him. And so, like I said, we virgins. Like, you know, basically, we don't sleep together. We don't have sex. We just sleep together in the same bed. And again, like, in that time, we waited a year before we had sex the first time. And then after that was it. Like, you know, so by that time, he started doing what he was doing. And this other guy found interest in me. That's when all this stuff started. So that can't nobody be on the campus. She a hoe. She this, she that. Y'all see why? Because I had a boyfriend. This is when the girls used to come up to me because they wanted Kunta because he was when he started going into being a fraternity brother, Alpha. That's when they started coming to me telling me I didn't need a boyfriend. I was so ugly. I was doing this. I was doing that. And I wasn't even doing, like, I'm just walking. I'm talking about just walking, just like now, just walking. Okay? At that time, I had a roommate, too. She lied and told the people at the office that I stole her jeans. I ain't never stole nothing from her. They was my jeans. They were brand new. I don't steal, you know. So she went and told and I worked for the office. I worked for the housing office. So the guy called me and I was like, I don't steal, you know, I ain't take nothing from her. She was trying to get out of being my roommate. The other thing was, if I worked for the housing office and I had some type of relationship with somebody and you didn't want to be in there, why didn't you just say you didn't want to be in there? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, she tried to accuse me of something so she can get out of being in there. And they don't care. You see, because now they, again, in sororities and fraternities, they sticking together. They gonna have each other back. So the first guy that told me that I was being set up, no, that's when I saw Piper. He came to our school, and he gonna lie and say he don't know me, whatever the fuck he's saying. He a Steelers fan. He a comedian. He was at the school, and I had came outside of the, because this was funny to me, too. I came outside of the wherever we was doing it. It was in the main hall where the hairpin at, whatever that place over there, the Meridian Ballroom. It was in the Meridian Ballroom. And I came outside the Meridian Ballroom, and he had a joke about how when he fuck a girl, he want to fuck a girl that's insecure. He want to fuck a girl that don't care about herself and don't have nobody, nothing like that, right? They actually sent this man outside the door to talk to me. I was going outside to go to the bathroom, and they sent him outside the door to come talk to me. You see the shit they would do? So now, after that, they set up a rape by a white boy. I was in my room, and the guy say, I'm about to fuck you, or whatever. He's like, both of us was drunk, okay? This is the first time I ever had sex or something I was drunk. And he said, yeah, they told me that I need to fuck you. You see? So again, it's not really clicking with me. All I'm doing is just living my life. That's all I'm doing is really living my life, okay? So they set up the rape, and then this the part he said, I feel so bad. He was like, I'm going to take care of you later. He said, I'm going to help you out. He said, at some point, he said, I'm going to have to come back and help you or apologize to you or something like that. Okay? I'm still so drunk, but this is what he's saying to me. He's saying this why he raping me. I'm going to come and apologize to you. I'm going to come and help you out because Y'all understand what I'm saying? Which I'm thinking, is this the man that killed himself? Because now I'm in therapy, and this woman talking about her husband killed himself 10 years ago or something like that. Again, I don't know, because now I got white people following me. Okay. So now I'm going through all this stuff. I end up going out with Joel. We end up having this tumultuous relationship and all this different stuff. And, he trying to make a fool out of me. And then one night he come over to my house and he see my little sister, my middle sister. He tell me that when my sister get older, he gonna fuck my sister so he can compare our pussies. Okay? And he used to do all this experimental shit and shave my coochie and all this different stuff. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, where's the video? Because now I got people actually out here fucking raping me. So that's when the Sigma started again. They started inviting me over or whatever. They started inviting me over to, Thomas started inviting me over there. Terry, he wasn't there, but Fritz was there. They was inviting me over there, and they'll always have porn playing. That's the same thing that Joel McCombs would do. That's the same thing Joel McCombs would do when we was at home. He always want to play a porno, or he'll want to play a movie or something like that. So that I'm thinking that's the point when, and I'm still not putting it together. Because I don't know that people, I really am naive, right? I don't know, I'm not thinking to myself that that he would do that. You see what I'm saying? Because at the time, I still thought he was my friend. I really did think Joel McCombs was still my friend. So I don't know if he was videotaping me and having people come over and watch us. Because everything we did was kind of in the dark, or it was like lit by a fire. It was always a mood or whatever, you see? I don't know if he was... I don't know, but I'm thinking these people got videotapes of me, because it's like, why would they be doing it? And then that's when he set up the threesome. So the threesome was it for me, as far as like me wanting to be with him, because he tried to have me have sex with another guy. He tried to get me drunk and have sex with him and another guy. I jumped out of the bed and I just ran into the other room and locked myself and went to sleep until the next morning. The last time I saw him, he brought over Cynthia Hunter. I think the only thing I said Cynthia Bunker. I don't know if that's her real name or not. I don't know how I know Bunker, but her name's Cynthia Hunter. It could be Cynthia Bunker Hunter. He brought that woman over there. He met her at a club down in East St. Louis, and he brought her over there, and I was over there asleep, and there was an axe in the room. He had to slap me because I slapped him, because I was like, why would you wake me up and do all this stuff? And this bitch just stood at the door. She didn't say nothing. She didn't try to stop us. She didn't try to talk to us. Nothing. She just stood there at the door. Now I'm at this school with her, Harmony MG, doing the what is this thing? I became a tutor, like a interventionist. I was a reading and math interventionist. And she was the one that kept sitting there saying stuff like, we was trying to help you, but you didn't want nobody to help you. We was trying to do this, and you didn't want nobody to do this. And I'm like, I don't even know you. Like, she would actually start arguments with me at the school. She would completely start an argument. One day she said, how do you get your child's makeup off? If they put all their makeup on her, how am I going to get her makeup off? I said, use some Vaseline. She going to turn around and say, that ain't right. I said, no, I told her use baby oil. I said, use baby oil. Ain't nobody going to use no baby oil to get no stuff off their face. Listen to how stupid this shit is, okay? I say, look it up. I was like, Google it. Google it. You see what I'm saying? And I Googled it too. Guess what came up? Baby oil. I'm just like, is something wrong? Every time I come to Illinois, it's a problem. Y'all hearing what I'm telling you? There's some of the stupidest shit that I have to explain about how stupid these people are. I feel so like I'm just like on a whole, like my mind is hurt and y'all all the way hurt in the fuck. What did Denzel say? If you pray for the rain, you got to go through the fucking mud too. I'm talking about these motherfuckers. I'm sloshing out this bitch. Do you hear me? These motherfuckers is crazy. These motherfuckers are crazy. Welcome to my world. Okay. So now, after that, that's when I'm sort of friends with Kunta. You know, we just not kind of communicate no more. He not my boyfriend. We broke up. Also, somewhere in there, George Papanopoulos, you know, he go back and tell Titus Taylor that I slept with him. So then Titus Taylor go tell Kunta, because him and Kunta are supposed to be best friends and all this, you know. Titus Taylor, the wrestler, you know, he's so how can I say, he's just so prolific and profound and so with God or whatever the fuck he is. And Kunta asked me about it. I denied the whole thing, but then Kunta told me that he had actually slept with somebody. You see? So then that's when, fast forward to, what's his name? Cecil. Cecil did the same thing. Cecil Hall did the same thing. Cecil Hall did the same thing. Y'all see how the stories are repeating? From college to present, that's how they repeating. Cecil Hall did the same thing. I slept with the guy, and he turned around and told me that he was married after we slept together. You see what I'm saying? Same thing. The same, it's just the same stories being repeated. They done wrote it down somewhere. Somebody wrote something down. The historian got it. Or did they write a book? Okay, let's keep going. So then one night I go out with Carlos. I'm just hanging out with him. This nigga just attacks me. And all this stuff is still in college. One night I go out with a guy to a club or something. He take me back. Before we get back to my apartment, he raped me on the campus. On the campus, he raped me in the car. Fast forward, I was actually going out with a guy. He was a trash man. He came over just to rape me in the car. Okay. Y'all see? You see what I'm saying? Raped in a car. What year was that? And that was before my child. Raped in a car in Plano, Texas by the mall. I was living in Plano, Texas by the mall with the guy, with the millionaire guy. He came over there to rape me in the car. Okay. Then I moved to the apartments now. Now I'm moving with Kunta, and I'm just starting with Kunta, right? And I don't know if they just started recording me. I didn't have a boyfriend. So I was just sleeping with my best friend. He was my best friend. I was sleeping with my best friend. And so me and my best friend would actually just, when it's have sex by the door. That's where we go. He couldn't wait. I know I'm in the middle of all this, but for real, y'all not gonna take my joy. Fuck y'all. So listen, he would have sex with me by the door, and this is when I started thinking, somebody is recording me. When the man raped me, he was saying that he was a cop. And I told y'all I don't date cops, because every time I got on the phone with him, I would be scared. I would be so scared. He'd be like, oh my God, it's a such and such 11 or whatever. Let me call you back. He'll call, like, for real. He'll just like have, and I don't think he really was a cop at this point. So he'll be like, da da da. I never slept with him. He came over my house one time, and he stayed over there till the morning time, and I didn't sleep with him. I ain't never sleep with this guy. Yeah, I ain't never sleep with him. I ain't never sleep with this man. So when Rita moved in, Rita Odemero, that's when he came over one day and he was like, I got to break up with you because I got a girlfriend. He said, let's have sex one last time. So like one time, whatever he was saying. And I was like, I don't want. So that's when the guy came and just forced and then it was just like, it was my best friend. Like he was actually put me in the same position where my best friend, where me and him would just have sex. You see what I'm saying? And it was like, why would this guy know what me and my best friend do? And it was like, I'm sorry. I keep saying my best friend. At that time, he probably wasn't my best friend anymore. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. But yes, at first he was. I grew up with him. He was one of my friends. So anyway, I had a curtain. I had everything you see what I'm saying? How would this person know to do that to me? And it was on the floor right in front of the door. And that's when Rita came in after he got through. Do y'all know the fighting that I've been doing, the fighting. Now this is before college, and I'm still trying to move on with my life. So now at this point, I'm probably dating. I started dating Byron Fry, and I was dating another guy from college. You know, I was like dating both of them at the same time. So I was dating Byron Fry, I was dating this other guy, whatever. I got pregnant. I was on the patch and I got pregnant. Most likely Byron Fry. So I got pregnant. I moved to Texas. I didn't know I was pregnant. I lose the baby. All right. So at this point, I almost can get my head together. At this point, I figure out I'm fine. Like, I'm talking about these niggas was on me like, ooh, like I'm talking about, what the fuck? Like, I had to get dressed up to go on dates. I had to put on makeup. Like, I had to, and I was working, like, I worked at a Jamaican club. I worked at, you see what I'm saying? Like I'm actually getting my life. I'm actually getting my life. I'm talking about, I'm actually, like, going out. These men are actually, like, talking to me and opening doors and, you know, calling me and wanting to see me and different. So I was like, it was in New York and Washington, D.C. too, I'm telling you. Like, even before, because I had just went there before the 9/11, right? So, again, I was just like, I didn't even know I was pretty, y'all, because they had put me through so much shit. I was so fucking depressed. I used to call my mom and be like, I'm so depressed. I used to have to call my mom. I was just calling and cry. I'm so depressed. And I didn't tell her what was going on. I'm just steady. I'm so depressed. Like, every fucking time, I didn't feel like my life was worth anything. Some days I walk in the cold and hope that one of the fucking cars hit me. I was so fucking depressed. And they knew details about me that I had never told anybody. I wasn't going around telling anybody until I started trying to figure it out. That's when I started talking on the phone, and I tell the stories about me and Joel McComb's relationship. And y'all gotta realize, I don't know everything that this man doing to me. I don't know nothing about what's going on because I don't know. I don't have a clue about this man. And that was set up by the acting teacher, and it was two other men in the classroom, two older men, way older than me. They were older than Joel too. And then it was also Joel. So it was four men, four grown ass niggas that did all this stuff. That set me up and taped me and all this different stuff. Like I'm on a fucking show or something. And the whole time he wanted me to drink. Y'all see what I'm drinking now? Okay. So then I was harassed by Thomas. Like, I just kept being harassed. I actually ended up having a sexual relationship with Thomas. And he just kept harassing me the whole time. Like I said, one day he followed me with the phone, recording me, calling me fat and ugly, all this different stuff. Anyway, I'm sorry. I skipped to being off campus, but I'm actually still on campus. Then I was hurt by Tony. That was the stepbrother. Then I moved to Texas. And I get this job, and I become friends with Munya, and Munya raped me too. Munya, Ross, and McConey. I'm going to go through all y'all. So then me and Munya break up. It's this man that's living next door. I got to fight him. His arms was cut. He was a Caribbean guy. And his arms was cut by somebody, or his arms was cut by his ex-girlfriend. And then I seen why. Y'all see what I'm saying? When somebody tell you who they are, they really tell you who they are. He wanted me to come over there and taste some of his jollof or something or whatever it was. And he tried to corner me in the room and rape me. I had to fight his ass. Just so happened the hand was bad. So Marcus, raped and beat by Marcus. That's the most embarrassing one because I was in a full relationship with this motherfucker. And he just consistently abused me. The people was actually trying to fucking help me. People were actually helping me. I was too young. And when I realized what I had to do, because when people was helping me, he would know that it would be like somehow he knew somebody was helping me. He didn't want me to go out with the trans guy. He said because the trans guy was trans, but he'll be online on the trans guy website looking at his pictures. You see what I'm saying? I was showing him one day. I said, look at this picture. I said, he look good. He was actually more interested in the trans guy at that point than he was in me. And that's when we went to that barbershop. Before that, we went to the barbershop. And the barbershop guy was telling me that Marcus was talking to a trans person outside the barbershop. And I was like, I really didn't have I don't have no problem with nothing that he's saying. And then he started telling Marcus that me and him, that I had sex with him and all those guys in the barbershop. He said, don't you remember me? We ran a train on you. I'm like, you ain't ran no train on me. Like, I don't even fucking know you. Like, he said, yeah, we ran a train on you. I was like, no, like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I said, I don't know you. And Marcus just sitting there. He ain't saying nothing like, man, don't, nothing. This nigga actually living with me. And I say, no, you ain't ran. I was like, I ain't even been here. Like, I don't even mess with nobody down here. You see, because I've been working the whole time. At some point when I was in Texas, I just started working. I wasn't dating. I wasn't going out. I wasn't seeing nobody. Nothing was happening. I was just working. I was just trying to basically stay alive. I had an apartment in the hood. I couldn't go home at nighttime. So that's when I started picking up shifts at night to stay until I can go home when it was daylight for me to be able to take a shower and put some clothes on. I seen people it was over there, a man got shot in the club. Then next door to me, the man actually threw the girl off the balcony and pulled her hair out. Like he actually had her hair in his fucking hand. He was trying to hold her over the balcony because of her hair. I had to call the police 3 or 4 times because he would be over there beating the fuck out of her. A Hispanic woman. Oh my God. This is my life. Actually, at the time, ended up being blood on my truck. And it was a guy there too. He was weird. He came over one day to show me a gun. He was like some guy in the apartment. Y'all, man, I can't make this shit up. I can't even make it up. I can't. So anyway, raped and beat by Marcus. I'm talking about I went through it. The only way I got out of it, I was at Central Market. And a lady told me, that woman got a chance to get away. They just kept telling the story. They was like, the girl got away. And they was like, Central Market helped her. And I went to the woman and I told her, I said, I'm in an abusive relationship. I was like, I don't know what to do. I went to the woman and I told her, and I told my mama, I told my daddy, I was just telling everybody, and people knew. He was so crazy. Like, I ain't never met nobody like this. Like, something really is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. And I just kept telling people, and that's all I wanted was some fucking help. He crazy. And so anyway, that's Marcus. So anyway, at some point, that's it. I end up in a relationship with the millionaire guy. And that's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't know who y'all blessing gonna be. If y'all met him, y'all wouldn't even know he was a millionaire. All the millionaires I done met, if y'all met him, y'all wouldn't even know. Y'all wouldn't have a clue. You wouldn't have a fucking clue. That's why y'all gotta really watch how y'all treat people. Y'all really do. And some of them don't even act like they got money. Like, they'll act. I'd do it too if I was y'all. Like, I'm serious. Knowing how fucked up these people are, I do the same fucking thing. I'm serious. Like, it's like, y'all put me on game seriously because it ain't nothing. At the end of the day, it ain't nothing. What matters is, like, the people. I was just looking at this thing and somebody said, what's better, the journey or something else? And the person said, and it's a panda thing. And then the panda say, it's the company. It really make a difference. Because you could totally be with a man with money and a man to pretend. Or you can be, like, it's not even pretending. You can be with a man with money and he can be cheap as a motherfucker. You know, y'all see these shows and shit where niggas buy whole milk and then split that bitch and put some water in it, and this nigga got like $3 or $4 million in the bank. Excuse me. You can be with a broke man and he had class and structure and all kind of stuff, and he's still just working on goals, and he could give you the most enriching time of your life. That's why now y'all always talking about who got the bag and who got this and got that. Y'all really need to be thinking about who got fucking sense. You didn't see the story with Tory Lanez and this girl, and she done ended up shot, and we don't even know why. And the whole thing is, it ain't no reason why. It wasn't no reason for this man to pull out a gun and shoot somebody. And so it's like we just still living this time or whatever. Like, that's all y'all think about. Who got the bag? And y'all not thinking about who got the brains, who got the smarts, who got the intellect, who got the time, who got the patience. That's one thing y'all really need to do when it comes to a man, to get a man with some patience. Anyway, what I want to do too was talk about Alice Ross. Because at some point I don't know if her and her husband play a part in this either, but Alice Ross, she was a prostitute. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. When I first started teaching, or before I was going to be a teacher, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. They kept telling me I had to take a math class or something like that. I didn't know where to take the math class. I didn't know how. But anyway, I ended up testing out again anyway. So what happened is, I was working with her, and she was a prostitute, and she didn't have a degree, and her husband was a pimp. And I got so when I first started working with her, I wasn't pregnant. I was just like starting out again. She was a PPCD aide, but she would come in there and she would be jealous of me. She'll be like super jealous and be like, "You gonna take my job? You gonna take my job one day?" Like, ain't nobody finna take your fucking job. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. They didn't even ask me back the next year. I'm like, I ain't finna take your fucking job. And then the lady at the job was the teacher at the job was trying to tell me that she was my boss, and the principal, and no, it was another teacher. It was a man, like, in a special education department. He said, yeah, you gotta listen to her. She your boss. And the principal heard what he said. He said, oh, you ain't gotta listen to nothing she say. He said, I'm your boss. He said, she don't tell you nothing. You know, and he was a Hispanic man. I was like, thank you, God. And he was the one who was telling me, go ahead. He said, you're going to be okay. You're going to get your certification. He actually called down to the certification office. He said, yeah. He said, you should get your certification. He said, try to get an elementary education. He said, that'll get you started. Because he was leaving, go to Houston next year. Daniel Lopez. He was a good guy. So you see what I'm saying? It's like, even though I was being bombarded with all this bullshit, it's like when I got a chance to be me or somewhere and be me, I was able to be me. I was able to flourish. But as soon as these motherfuckers get a chance, they come back into my life to fuck everything over some fucking domestic violence shit. And y'all started it with me. I don't look for y'all. I don't call y'all. I don't say nothing to you. But let's keep going. So, like I said, I was raped by the trash man. And that was when, after me and the millionaire guy broke up. We was still together, but we broke up. And I was like just waiting to get money so I can be able to move out. Right? Because we moved somewhere else together. And I was just trying to move on with my life, sort of. You know, it wasn't like I wanted to stay there because he didn't want the same things I wanted out of the relationship. So then here come Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark. And in the middle of this, you got Franklin, Marla, and Crystal. Franklin, probably the only good guy in there. They kept telling me Franklin was cheating. I ain't had no proof that Franklin was cheating. Nothing told me Franklin was cheating. They said Franklin had 6 or 7 girls. This the best man that has ever been in my life. The apartment person came and tried to tell me that Franklin had 6 or 7 women in his life. This man ain't never, every time, like say for instance, he go out, he come straight home. He called me at the club. This man come home straight up at 2 o'clock. I don't know if that's cheating or not. He want me to go to the club with him. I'm still wondering, when was he cheating? As soon as he get off work, he called me and come over. He called me while he at work to talk to me on the phone. When he go take the child support to his baby mama, he take me down there with him When he go to the bank, I go to the bank. I'm still wondering when he cheating. When he off work, he take me on a date. This lady still telling me that this man cheating on me. I'm like, when the fuck was he cheating? Y'all see how they kept trying to put the shit in my head? That's when Marla come and Marla gonna say, he not the guy for you. You need somebody else. Look at him. They just kept messing with me the whole time. That's why I know how Usher might have felt, how Neo might. It's like they just kept coming to me saying something about him. And I'm like, I'm not seeing nothing that y'all talking about. That's why when they came to me and told me everything about Brandon, I didn't believe them. When they came and said all the stuff they were saying about Brandon Clark, did not believe. She said, he gonna mess up your life. That girl came and say, he about to mess up your life. When I tell you this motherfucker actually messed up my life, she wasn't lying, but she was part of it too. You see what I'm saying? That man actually fucking messed up my fucking life. They done stole my computer. They done stole my phones. They done stole all this shit to stay connected to me. Right now, this is my worst fear. I'm only talking to whoever stole the shit from me. I'm still in the abuse. And you know that by yesterday because me and my son that went down here, she repeating everything from the fight that I had with my cousin. But don't nobody understand. And somehow in the middle of all this, I'm in movies, my voice is being heard, all my words are somewhere else. I'm hearing myself on TV, the words that I said that have been given to other people. None of this was for somebody to do because all of it was illegal. All I needed was to get away from the motherfucker. And just like I told Cricket, Dejanay James, your mother, Danielle Prue, knew that the man was beating me because we called her in December for the rent. She then told me that Randy, her husband, had taken her money and left. And she didn't have anything. Again, 2005. This 2005, December 2005. And not one time had I stopped to stalk, to call, to follow. I have been being followed the entire time. I can't breathe. Next. Now this when it started getting crazy. I'm in this relationship with this man. He an older guy. This when all this attacking shit started get crazy. So I'm in a relationship with him. And I'm talking about, man, for real, good sex. It was good sex. And one day he just had to rape me. He had to try to rape me. He tried to rape me. I put his ass out. I was like, no, you got to fucking go. My son actually came in the room. I'm not lying. I'm not trying to be Taraji P. Henson. I'm not trying to reenact scenes from a show. No, this motherfucker was gonna rape me in front of my son. I say my son right there. This motherfucker was gonna rape me in front of my fucking son. I had to make him walk the fuck home. Okay, so next. Then I get to the apartment in St. Louis. And that's when I meet Demetric. Now I meet Demetric at the fucking gas station. And this is how he relates to Terry the Sigma. This the one that's in there fucking me talking about we finna have an orgy in my house. We gonna have all this different stuff again. Back to Joel McCombs. Terry on the campus. We gonna have sex parties and we gonna have drugs and no, we not. And I'm not fucking with you no more either. Then he told me he was jealous of my son. He was trying to find ways to hurt my son. He the one that told me that a girl was locked up in a cage by somebody. And he was the police informant. They put a white girl. He had a girl over his house, white girl, and he actually put her inside of a cage. And he was supposed to be a witness for everything that was going on. He was the person that they was sending to the jail to do this stuff. So the day he fixed my car, he helped me fix my car. I fixed my car because I changed the battery. He didn't do nothing. I think he even stole my tires one day too. But at this point, after he raped me, I was pregnant and I didn't know. I was out of my fucking mind. I was starting to have the PTSD and anxiety stuff going on. And he would come knock on the door in the middle of the night and my dumb ass would let him in. I was asleep. I would let him in. I wake up, he there. This man was so abusive. He one of those people that's like secretly abusive. So was the guy that was the molester guy, the last name Thomas. He was abusive like that too. They'll be secret, like they'll be trying to sneak and hurt your child. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta watch out for that shit too. He'll try to sneak it in there, like he'll try to hit him or do something to him or whatever. He'll try to hurt him in some kind of way. And so you have to watch that shit. And he when he said it, he said, "Yeah, I'm jealous of your son. He raped me. That's who I got pregnant by." At the same time, I was talking to, about the same time. It wasn't at the same time, but I was talking to T. What's his name? Oh my God, he lived in Centerville, and he was trying to run me through game too. He used to work with me at Olive Garden, and my daddy told me don't go out with him no more. All this different stuff because he was an asshole. Y'all see how they, man, it's just so much. So now I get pregnant by Demetric. I don't know I'm pregnant. One day I fall out and I'm trying to work out at work with Foster. He could try to call himself Yamez. He tried to make it sound, nigga, you from the projects, Foster. So he gonna come and I passed out with him. Anyway, I end up losing the baby, losing my job, losing everything. These kids writing these damn letters. So now here comes what's his name? Antoine Noel. I get to the house, he in Belleville, Illinois. He raped me. He just jumped on top of me and started mushing me into the couch. I'm like, when do this shit end? And I'm actually in. Now I'm in a fog. I'm in straight up fog at this point. When he raped me, I'm in fog. Munya kept coming down there. Munya had something to do. Munya said, yeah, I'm going to tell them how to get you. Y'all ain't never done nothing to this man in my life. I ain't had no ill will towards him. I'm talking about nothing. I don't have time to. This whole time. And that was the other email that was inside of the phone if y'all stole it. When Munya raped me. I was writing Munya to tell him we couldn't be friends no more because of what he did to me. When I had sense. But now I'm in this fog. It's starting to I'm starting to feel like I'm high. Get to this point where all these guys on the phone, I start using dating apps. So all these guys on the phone start trying to talk to me and different stuff. And again, I'm still trying to have a life. Like, I haven't even thought about it. Like, I didn't even think about I had been raped. I didn't think about the attempted rapes. I didn't think about anything the whole time. That's all. I hadn't even thought about it. And so I'm just like, one day I sat down when I was starting to go through the whole fog and the nervous breakdown and stuff. I had to actually sit there and I was sitting there thinking, I've been raped all these times. Like, I'm actually sitting there like, Shantae, it can't be nothing wrong with you. And the whole time I'm still going through anxiety attacks and telling people something not right. I even called my mom. I say, they raped me. I say, they have raped me so many times, And my mama kept trying to make me deny that they did anything to me. And I'm like, why do y'all keep trying to make me feel like I did something wrong? Like, everybody is around me. Everybody chattering and talking to me and telling me all these different shit. These people actually have been raping me. Like, they have actually been raping me. And I haven't even done anything to them. Some of these men, I helped them get jobs. I helped them fill out their resume. I helped them bump up their resume. I did all this stuff. Same stuff as Cecil. I helped them move. I helped them live with me. I helped all this shit. And these niggas will actually turn the fuck around and rape me. I'm talking about nothing. And I'm just going through life hunky-dory. I think that's when God was like, when after Antoine, God was like, nah, bitch. No. Are you not noticing that the devil is behind you? Do you know the devil is in front of you and on the side of you? Bitch, you are surrounded by snakes. I did not know that these men were that, like, they were actually raping me like this. Like, I had no fucking clue. I wrote this, I don't know when I wrote this. I wrote this, like, sometime last year. Because I was really concerned about myself. I was like, let me write this. I was on the phone with one of the counselors. I said, let me write this down. Even the counselors, I would call the counselors the crisis hotline counselor. In Frisco, Texas, the counselor say, do you know they set you up? Y'all, I'm talking about that's when everything started like coming together. Oh my God. So, the last one I was raped by Cecil Hall. And he the one that told me about the other girl being set up. And this was before the counselor in Frisco told me about the girl being set up. So November 2015, I go to Cecil Hall house because I didn't have no money in my family. Had basically threw me away. You know, they weren't talking to me. Everybody was mad at me. Everybody was jealous. Everybody hated me. All this different stuff. Again, I don't know why. And pretty much it could have been from the recorded phone calls because that's where they getting all the jokes and stuff from. Y'all got to think about this too. They've been using my phone calls and stocks Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. If you look at Kim Kardashian life, my life pretty much the same way. And y'all, I was actually just coming up with this as like Get Out, the movie. Like, I'm really for real. Like, they actually have been using my life to make some of the reality shows too. I'm thinking about all the shit I've been through. So Kim Kardashian, the stocks by Kanye West. I used to talk to the guy, say, yeah, when I'm gonna get some stocks. I say my daddy told me to get stocks and stuff, and my daddy told me to buy property, which is the truth. I'm the one that told him about one night I was like, it must be hard to be married or whatever, or be in love. I say, because the hardest thing about love is that one of us gotta die, and that's what they told Jada Pinkett to say. I was in Belleville, Illinois when I was talking about Jada Pinkett and Will Smith and how, they should have a show. All of a sudden, here come Red Table Talk. They stole that from me. What else they been? So that's why they following me and recording me. So you see what I'm saying? If I'm not worth anything, if I'm the most worthless bitch out here, why do y'all keep following me? If I'm a crackhead, if I've been on drugs, if I've been drinking too much, if I haven't been taking care of my child, why do y'all keep following me? The strip club with your boy, the wrestler. What's his name? No, the boxer. That was my idea too. I was like, maybe I should get a strip club. Maybe I should open a line. At some point, I thought about being a phone sex work guy. And all this stuff, I'm just on the phone with Eric Henderson talking to him. Because at that time, I ain't had nobody to talk to. Then I meet this lady, and she got a preacher husband. He the one that told me the reason why Marcus left me was because I was fat. She done gave me her card to call her husband so I can get counseling. And what he told me was the reason why he was treating me that way is because I was fat. Even though he was cheating on me with a girl that was like taller and bigger than me. But it was because I was fat. So the last one, Cecil Hall, November 2015. 2015, I went to his house, and the night I came back from the hospital, this man actually got on top of me and laughed while he forced himself inside of my pussy, my vagina. And I ain't had nowhere else to go. The next day, I got on the phone and talked to Joyce Stewart. Joyce Stewart actually met Regina Hall. Y'all know in one of my shows, I talk about Regina Hall. So I guess they tried to switch Joy out for Regina. Again, I started having those, like, whatever, because they started stealing from me again. So they don't want nobody to know me. They don't want nobody to give me attention. They don't want nobody to know the show. They don't want nothing. All they want is for me to say stuff so they can take the ideas away. That's why I started acting crazy in my house and my car. When I started noticing that they must have been recording me in my house and my car, I just started saying crazy shit. That's when I said, no, I'm going to call out the shows. And sometimes, actually, I was actually having anxiety attacks. I was actually in my car. Sometimes I'm driving and singing. I was always in a fucking, for real, anxiety attack, like a crazy anxiety attack. My mama just died. I just thought about all these men that have been following me and raping me. All the people that kept coming into my house to take stuff. And just like my son, all I wanted was a friend. Just like my son, when he got his toy taken away, All I wanted was a friend. The whole time, all I've been yearning for is my friend. That's all it was about, was having my friends come and help me. That's all I needed was for y'all to come and help me. Y'all put me through all this stuff. And that's all I needed was somebody to just say, we know he hurt you. We know that he did that to you. But instead, y'all just kept making these men rape me. Or having these men pass stories around so they could rape me. Turns. I'm telling y'all, I ain't done nothing to these people. I ain't done nothing but help. I ain't done nothing but help. And for me to end up somewhere where y'all feel like I'm gonna have nobody or I'm supposed to have nothing and y'all done took everything from me. Even the abuse. Victor E. Foster 2016, Marcus 2005. Victor tried to pull my braids out of my hair like Marcus. January 2016. The car accidents. They was following me and trying to hit my car. They was putting holes in my tires and making the air come out of my tires so I can buy tires. And it was always around payday. They was hurting my son. My son just told me a story the other day, like maybe two months ago, where they was trying to smother him at school. And nobody even told me they was trying to smother my son. He went to one African school and the lady had the boy push his head, and it was a cop there, a Dallas police officer, push his head against the table and bust his lip. I don't know what y'all trying to do, but that ain't nothing I'm trying to do. If I'm out here happy and going through life and just enjoying myself, when you not around me or you not there, why can't I continue to go through my life and enjoy myself when you not around me and you not there? All y'all keep doing is causing trauma. I'm not here to chase nobody. Anyway, Shantae, Brown Sugar Talk, and the Black Unicorn is telling you just, man, like, y'all, all I'm trying to do is heal and get the fuck away from y'all. I don't know what y'all got me into. And I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get out. And that's the most serious shit I can ever fucking tell you. I'm not here to go through anything. I already been through it.